It takes down Naruto. And the bomb playing at the very edge of the smoke. Abuse takes down another. V-Pop and Menace are all that's left. Can they hold this one down? This Menace is being taken down, and they take it down. What? Hammers, a 2 versus 4. They're able to come back and elevate. They throw away a 4 versus 2 post-plant situation. Hammers, oh my goodness. And woo, was it close?
Poking their heads in, seeing what they can get.
Oh, Clutch!
Clutch with a
3 massive frags! This should give Hammers some more opportunities to claw back here. As Averti, 58, very lethal, 4K for him, and he doesn't close off with the ace. This is the shutout day now, though. So, a 3 versus 3 that made, double kill from Snoopy! Surge and Bait and Clutch, they've come on in very clear round here, but Trax, they're just trying to pincer onto V-Pop now. Can he get the kill? No. It's going to be Erupt versus Menace as he does find the first frag, jumps off of the truck. Is he aware he's going to be over towards that long one? Oh my goodness, closes with the beauty of a headshot. We'll see. I think Hammers have a really good setup plan on their coalition side. Still though, remember, we have touted Hammers as the king of the comebacks. They are, regardless of how far they are down, very good at coming back. I think they were down 0-8 before versus Xenocide at one point. Might have been elevated.
Oh, in the same position. Blind, spraying. Oh, everyone misses. Menace is there for trade kills. Poor V-Pop.
He is so low right now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Arson with 2 more. What happened to Hammers? They've disappeared.
Probably just waiting now, and they've expended so much utility over towards mid, and it's not working out for them. 3 frags for Menace and V-Pop. They tag team duo to get 3 kills themselves, and Hammers, nothing they can do. 9-2.
What a fantastic spray down after 90 seconds of grenades and pre-fires. What you really hope right now is that they give him a kill, that they walk into his crosshair. They don't. But he's going to defuse in this smoke. He's going to make them stop him.
Trax, can he get it?
Smoke,
No, he doesn't.
Misses the shot.
Oh, he
does.
Does he have time?
Does get the kill.
I don't think he has time. No, not again. He runs out of the time.
the competition? Play Critical Ops tournaments now on Geyser to win cash prizes and exclusive credits. Download Geyser to compete in mobile gaming tournaments for real cash.
Inside, he's going to get naded down there. A little bit of damage on him, but Mickey is fast on the flank. Inside, he gets two massive frags there. Allows for his team to come in. Now, Sai, he's going to be able to get the 4K. Welcome back, everybody. We're here for day 2 of the Critical Ops Circuit final tournament for North America. Lots of exciting stuff that have happened. I'm here joined by my co-caster Warren. My name is Coolmark, and well, it's day 2. There's a lot of things that have actually happened in between now and yesterday. But before we get into everything that's happened, let's talk a little bit about the actual format of the tournament itself. Warren, why don't you take them through? How does the tournament actually work itself? I think you might be muted, Warren.
Sorry about that, Mark. Good to hear from you. I am unmuted now. The Critical Ops Circuit Season 2 began with 2 qualifying tournaments leading into what we have this weekend, the final tournament. In the first 2 qualifying tournaments in February and March, teams were able to participate for a smaller cash prize and also earn tournament points to qualify for this one. The top 4 point earners in the first 2 tournaments are qualifying for the grand final here. And you see, according to where you placed in the first 2 tournaments, you got between 6 and 20 points for a position in the semifinals up to tournament champion. And as the teams played in the first 2 tournaments, we can see here, you've got Xenocide having the most tournament points possible, 37. Not technically the most possible, but you end in the top 4 with Xenocide, Hammers Esports, Team Elevate, and Underestimated. I'll mention that teams are able to lose points for roster changes. If you change your roster during the season, you do lose a small amount of tournament points per player switch, and that's why you see Xenocide with 37 points instead of 40, although they did win and earn 20 points in both of the first 2 tournaments.
Yeah, so that's kind of the point discussion, but we're going to break down, after all these points, what do they actually get, right? What are the end goal, the prize pool for you get? And well, we're at the final tournament, so there are lots of good prizes to be had here. The first place team that wins the final tournament, they get that $2,000, a big chunk of change, as well as the unique Circuit Season 2 champion skin, which you can see on the screen. It is beautiful. If you haven't seen it yesterday, I wish I really had this. I don't think a lot of players will ever get to see this come through, unfortunately, but it's a really nice skin, and we can all be jealous that we won't have it. But either way, that's what the winners will get. The second place folks, they will get $800, 3,000 credits. Everyone gets 3,000 credits for being in the final tournament itself, and then it just changes based on the amount of event cases we get. So that's kind of a big recap of the actual main tournament and the Critical Ops Circuit itself for Season 2. There have been some changes in Season 1, but yeah, so let's talk about some current events, right? Yesterday, we did see some interesting matches. We saw a pretty large upset from Underestimated over Xenocide, and then we saw a pretty close matchup, Team Elevate beating out Hammers. But both of those, I think, were actually considered upsets, right, Warren? And so now looking back on it today, we do want to break some news to you. So if we kind of look at the bracket itself, I mean, things are a little bit different. And Warren, why don't you kind of maybe walk them through what's happened? Because like you said, some things have changed.
In yesterday's first game, Underestimated upset Team Xenocide in a pretty convincing win on port. And then you see Hammers lost to Team Elevate. But now in the winner's final, it's going to be Xenocide playing against Team Elevate. Underestimated was disqualified in the final round of their first map. They had an illegal substitution. A player entered the game playing for Underestimated, who had previously been a member of another team during this tournament season. So they were disqualified. The win was given to Xenocide, who's moving on to the winners final to play Team Elevate.
Right. And then also looking at the consolidation round number 1, you might be questioning yourself, why did Underestimate lose that? Well, that would have been this morning, as a matter of fact. However, both teams were, or not both teams, but Underestimated just simply did not have enough players to show up. So they ended up forfeiting here, and that's something that we do have to take into account. And so Hammers, by the grace of God, they lost that, but they're able to make it to the consolidation finals instantly. And you'll be seeing 2 games today instead of 3. So typically, we'd have 3 games. We'd have the consolidation round 1, we have the winners final, and then we'd have the consolidation finals. But today you're going to be seeing 1 best of 1. That's Xenocide and Team Elevate versus the consolidation finals, which is a best of 3. Hammers will play the losers of Xenocide versus Elevate. So that is kind of a quick recap of it. There have been a lot of discussions among the community about, whether this disqualification was maybe legit or not. And teams obviously are a little bit heated about this because, they've worked so hard. But at the end of the day, rules are rules, Warren. And so, before we talk a little about the teams, I think we can have a pretty candid discussion about the state of Critical Ops esports and just how teams kind of operate, right? So I think a lot of these players, right, Underestimated, Xenocide, Hammers Esports, and Team Elevate, they kind of understand the rules, right? They've been at this top level of competition before, and especially when you're getting into the quarterfinals, semifinals, grand finals, per se, of these large-scale Critical Ops tournaments, I think a lot of them would know the substitution rules, the recording rules. However, it seemed maybe Underestimated was a little underprepared this time. So, Warren, kind of thoughts on this? I mean, it seems interesting that they made this substitution. I mean, we were commentating on it yesterday, and it was like, why would they make this? They could have even just played a 4 versus 5 and could have won the game, right? But they chose to make this, and that kind of put them in the consolidation round, which ultimately, means that they're not in the running anymore because they didn't show up to that one either.
It was odd that they made the substitution at all, in my opinion, within 1 round of winning on the map and winning quite handily as well. And then beyond that, to substitute in an illegal player, it's difficult to understand. I hope that most teams that enter the tournament are large enough teams to have substitutes. It's understandable that players will have real life circumstances that prevent them from competing in every game or in an entire game. And that's why you often see 7-player, 8-player, 9-player rosters, and you don't see the same 5 players for each team every single map, every single game. But to sub in an illegal player is very confusing to me. I don't understand the decision making there, and I certainly disappointed by it.
Yeah, and when we say illegal player, we don't mean that they're a cheater of any sorts. It means that they've played for another team differently. I think Warren said that before, but just to clarify, they've played for a different team, and so it's a little strange if you play for one team and then you switch in the middle of a season to play for another team. Right? That's just not kind of allowed right now in the Critical Ops rulebook, and maybe that'll change for the future, but that's just kind of how it is, and the rules have to be laid down. So today, like I said, what you will be seeing is Xenocide versus Team Elevate. We have that one to look forward to. That should be a really fun matchup, and both of these teams, going out very strong. Xenocide, I'm sure, are very happy to be in the winners finals right now, and they're going to take advantage of that. Elevate have righteously won over Hammers, and they're going to be faced up against a pretty tough opponent, right? Xenocide have proven themselves the 2-time main tournament winner for season 2, right? They've won 2-1 in both circumstances, right? Versus Elevate, versus Hammers. And so Xenocide, they have everything going for them. And looking at their players, I mean, Warren, they have a stacked roster. We've talked about this many a time, but it's just a great roster.
It's a strong team all the way across. Kai, Snoopy, Clutch, Mirage, Day. You've got a very strong core. Every single substitute is able to contribute and contribute strongly to the outcome of a match. Whatever 5 players you see on the server are going to be dominant players individually. It's 5 scary players to have to play against, no matter who they're bringing. And we've seen Kai especially, I think, have a lot of impact on Grounded in particular in 2 separate circumstances. So I'm excited to see what they bring today.
Yeah, both these teams going to bring their A game. But on the other side, Team Elevate, they have a pretty good brand name within their organization. And so bringing in some pretty big names, Naruto, Vapey, Arson, Raptor, Jiren, and Menace, right? They have a good distribution of players. The main 3 being Vapey, Naruto, and Arson. And they rotate between the other players as well. The ratings show pretty handily. Naruto really is doing a good chunk of the work with Vapey, right? So those are the 2 star players, and if they can really hold their own, and a lot of these as well as Arson, 5-time MVP, that'll be surely good for them moving into the future. But yeah, I mean, both of these teams, they're going to have to play their A game. Xenocide have been in this situation before, elevate a little more pressure, I would say, on their side. But honestly, it might be the reverse way around. One could argue that Xenocide have more or less pressure, right? Xenocide have done this before, so maybe they're used to it. But at the same time, people might expect them to kind of move forward. So that might be the additional added pressure that they don't want. And Elevate, they don't have too much to lose, right? They're in the winners finals. They still have another chance. I mean, both of these teams have another chance to play against Hammers Esports, and Hammers will be gladly waiting to challenge any loser of the best of one here that we see. And reminder, winner of this game does go to the grand finals. But before we talk about any more about any of these games, we want you to hear from the teams directly. So we're going to go to an interview with Elevate and Hammers Esports back to back, and enjoy the interview.
To the interviews here for Circuit. My name is Arne Pitch, and we'll be interviewing one of the players from Elevate, Menace. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? Good to be back in another interview, bro.
Yes, for sure. Hey, introduce yourself. Overall, what do you do for the team, and what kind of roles do you play?
What I do for the team, I IGL for them in game, and I'm one of the leaders in the team, and I'm a support player for the competitive lineup we have.
All right, and overall, like, what are the matches you guys played against Hammers, of course, on Bureau? It started off pretty strong. Like, how come so?
I mean, I played Mirror plenty of times. I already know their game plan, you know, a lot of the time, but there's some rounds where they can surprise us with a certain play or a certain strat that they pull out of their sleeves, you know. Every team has something they can pull out of their sleeves from time, so.
And overall, you guys were kind of detecting those, like, early on before it happened.
Yeah, like I think I'm pretty sure we had like a double setup in mid, you know, just playing for either refrags or just holding down mid together. If you saw the stream, we were holding down mid pretty well against Hammers on our CT side on Bureau.
All right. And of course, at the end, Hammers seemed to be very strong on Coalition. They eventually won a 4 versus 2, which was a little bit of a shock for a lot of people that were watching as well. Of course, at a certain point of time, it was like 12 against 10. You were of course, one more round, and 2 rounds did not go very well. And the last round, of course, you started off very strong, got a few early picks near mid and B long, moved up towards the A side, and somehow they did something. I don't know if it was the 1v1s or something happened there. Is there anything you would like to explain to us, like what went wrong and how you're as a team, of course, going to improve from that one match?
Yeah, honestly, in that situation, it was actually a 5v2. It sounds a lot more worse when I put it towards that, but it was a 5v2, yeah.
One of the players was low, which is basically why I'm saying a 4v2, because in general, like, the player is so low that, like, it's just a one-shot, you know? Like, I want to like 6 HP.
Yeah, and we started getting low because their utility that last round at 12-12, it was really good. I think it was already that naded. 2 of my teammates got him to like half HP, but I mean, it was props to them. You know, they were still in the game. They were still thinking it's not over yet. They can still clutch up the game, and they did. We didn't expect it. We were just trying to, you know, get more ground on A side. You know, maybe even flank. But then Abuse was just cutting down our flanks. He was just like making sure no one was like late pushing into the side. So I mean, we were honestly surprised in the VC. We all just stayed quiet. We did not say a single word.
You just were like dead silent.
Fast. Yeah, it happened so fast.
All right, so it was basically just an unexpected thing that you guys need to do more analyzing on to, of course, understand what it went wrong exactly. But overall, you have a better feeling now that you might not have. You're not gonna let that happen again. Let's just keep it clear.
Yeah, we won't. That's for sure.
We won't. That's for sure. But hey, it's cool because at the end, of course, you guys won. And what kind of highlights, of course, mainly on Grounded? Like, what kind of highlights? What things went very well? Because eventually, you guys won the whole game against
honestly. What went well for us is the fact that we had 2 substitute players play for us. We were missing 2 main players, which was Vapey and Raptor. And Vpop and Jaren really showed up for us that series against Hammers in that BO3. They showed up in almost every single game. All 3 games, they did their part. And on the last round where we won the games due to Vpop's, you know, late push onto the A side, killing Frost. And from there, we went on to win the game. You know, our substitutes really showed up in the semifinals when we needed them to.
That is pretty nice. Of course, most of the time you set some substitutes and you're like, when we don't have a player, we have a player, but they're actually prepared. They know what they need to do, and that is very nice to see, of course, on Elevate here. Overall, something you guys would like to tell the viewers, people who are watching you guys at home, cheering for y'all.
I mean, shout out to everyone that supports us, man. Any type of support is good for us and my teammates, my friends. It's good to see that people are supporting us and helping us throughout our matches and our tournaments. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate everyone that supports us.
All right. Well, very kind words. Thank you very much for your time, of course, and we'll be seeing you guys
man.
on the match.
Yeah, bro, for sure, bro.
See ya. Hello everyone and welcome to one of the interviews here for Circuit. My name is Artie Pirtje. We'll be talking to Averty from Hammers here. Hello Averty, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hello, man. Let's just start off with the introduction, of course. Overall, like, you're a player for Hammers. What are your roles and what do you basically do for the team?
Oh, I'm more of the lurker and a sniper for the team. Like when we losing or slow strats, like I'm usually at B getting weird picks. Like how can I say, we go A, right? And now I just go B. I'll get a 2K and then we rotate to B. That's basically just it. That's my role right there.
That's your role. All right, and that's a very nice role to have, but in a 2v5 situation on Bureau, what happened over there? Because you did not have a sniper equipped. You had an AEG, so what was going on with that one? Because eventually, shockingly, you guys actually, even though, of course, a rough start in the beginning, managed to pull through and get a 13-12 just about there. And how mentally, how does it feel to be in a situation where you have this little players, this huge team left at the bare end of staying in the game?
It was you didn't even notice it because it's the 5v5, right? Last round. And next thing you know, one of our players died, that's normal, one frag. And then another one died and super quick, just 3 people died out of nowhere. And then they all went A, and it's me and my duo Abuse. And then I peek CT and Arson's lagging, back and forth. He rubber band, and he didn't shoot back because he's lagging. And then I don't know what happened with Abuse and Vapey at Intel. Abuse shot through the smoke, and Vapey shot back. And then Abuse was just waiting for Vapey the whole time. I had all my nades. I naded default, and I got a frag on Naruto.
Yeah, one of them was very low. Early on,
Yeah.
I was told that early on you guys were doing pretty well with the, early on, of course, in that scenario where the bomb was planted, you guys were trying to recover somehow with 2 people remaining. I was told that utility-wise, you guys were actually doing pretty well early on, getting some good nades on some of the players from Elevate. That kind of caused them to be very low on some of the players, so that's maybe a plus point.
It made V-Pop Menace, I'm pretty sure, and Naruto low. Well, I killed Naruto and then left Menace and V-Pop low just from one nade, so... And the smoke was pretty good. I don't know what Menace was doing. I'm going to be honest. He was just shooting through the smoke. And then I just killed him. And I killed V-Pop. And the whole VC was screaming. And it was a very exciting moment, honestly.
And how did it feel of course, was it mentally oh no, we're about to lose? Or was it everyone was silent and you guys were actually genuinely trying to clutch it out? What was the mindset there?
Well, at first, it was because I was so confused. U12 situation, tier 1 teams, and 3 people died just you know what I'm saying, so fast. You just don't expect it. And then they're talking about what just happened. And then while I'm walking to CT, Frost, our co-captain, he was I focus up as a 2v5. I got this. And then he made us focus better because you a little nervous, not nervous, but you're in a tense situation. So yeah. But that's about it.
So basically, IGL made everyone silent so you can focus, basically.
Yeah.
All right, great IGL carry, mental carry right there. But yeah, that is great to hear. Of course, sadly, eventually you guys didn't win the full game, but still, you performed very well. And what do you think mainly went wrong in overall all of these games, and some points that you guys would like to improve on so you could do better for the next matches?
Honestly, Canals, we usually have this really nice C setup, and EA counter us very hard, so we couldn't do what we wanted to do. And then after we just like learned what we were supposed to do, it was too late. Our T side was like what 8-4 or like 7-5. I don't know what it was, but like going from like getting 9 rounds on canals on like RGM teams like that to like getting like 5 rounds is what I'm saying, very bad for us. And then we switched to CT, and our CT hold is honestly not the best from every other team, but we were trying, like we still had faith we could do something. I don't know. We went pistol. Trackside is very nice clutch on pistol round, and then we're trying to make a comeback, but Canas was very T sided at the time. Well, in the old update, Canas was very T sided, so we lost on Canals. We couldn't do much.
Now, overall, I don't really believe that it is breach sided. But I'm guessing that you guys were performing. You guys overall, from your perspective, you feel like you do a lot better on the breach side in comparison to the coalition, just from your own experience. I mean, maybe you guys haven't really learned the ways to play in the coalition, or is that something you guys still need to work on?
Oh, well, we got to fix now because we've been practicing a lot this whole week. We've been switching up things on Canals, every other map. You know what I'm saying? We have been practicing, and we're ready for circuit.
All right, you're ready. At the end of the interview, do you guys have anything that you want to say to the viewers? People are watching at home right now, listening to you talking, of course, explaining the situation here.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're about to win. I ain't gonna lie with you. We're not losing no match in the final tournament. We're not losing to anyone, not UE, not E8, or Xenocide. I'm gonna be honest. It's looking nice.
It's looking nice. All right, so you're going in with confidence.
Yeah, the competition ain't too hard.
Ooh, okay, the competition ain't too hard. We would like to see that, Hammers. All right, thank you very much, Averty, for your time. And yeah, we'll be seeing you guys in the match. Good luck.
Wonderful, those interviews. We do like hearing those teams, and it's always interesting to hear their perspectives right internally, because they're the ones playing the game. They're the ones really controlling everything behind the scenes. And well, I thought it was interesting that Team Elevate actually mentioned the fact that they had success due to their deep roster, that they were actually able to utilize their substitutes that came in and were able to perform. Now, Warren, that's an interesting point, because oftentimes you don't think substitutes are maybe the best for the team, but they could potentially bring in a surprise factor, right? If the enemy team doesn't really know how they play or how those subs typically play, there's not much record of them. So, I mean, that could be a win for them.
Again, I'm muted. Sorry about that, Mark. Yes, I believe substitutes are absolutely essential. They're unpredictable. You can anti-strat as much as you like around, Kai defending the A-bomb side on grounded, or Clutch playing around the forklift at port. But you saw yesterday, Clutch didn't even play around the forklift. They had other players around the forklift. And when that happens, everything that you had anticipated is, if not out the window, it's slightly different. You're getting a slightly different look from a team that substitutes in different players. And on top of that, to play a competitive schedule with real life demands, a team should probably have more than 5 players, so that they can always field the strongest people available and make sure they're able to compete.
Exactly right. I know a lot of these folks are a little bit younger, maybe have in real life obligations. But speaking about throwing a curveball, let's take a look at the map vetoes to maybe see, have Xenocide or Team Elevate thrown a curveball in the map picks, right? So we're going to transition over to the map vetoes and check it out right now. So taking a look at the map vetoes themselves, we know Xenocide very, very comfortable on port, but yesterday they actually did get challenged, right? So interestingly enough, I do believe maybe they might take that out because they lost that. And yep, that's the first map that Xenocide take out after that kind of stomping, getting handed to themselves by Underestimated. They do not want to play it again, even though they've had lots of success in the past. So that kind of shows how the momentum can shift pretty quickly. Team Elevate, on the other side of things, they're going to choose to ban out Raid, as you can see on the screen. Very nice pick from them. We haven't seen Raid too much this circuit, at least in the North America side. And I don't think this next map that's banned either we see very often as well. So I think the next map is Canals that's taken out of the equation. So Canals now not necessarily there. And Warren, I mean, what map do you kind of think we should see in the decider left out?
Well, I know that you don't want to play against Xenocide on Legacy. You don't want to play against Elevate on Port. So I would expect I would
Maybe
actually expect a
out.
grounded ban as well,
Okay.
and that would leave us with Plaza and Soar. A Soar ban is fairly typical as well, so I think it might come down to be between Plaza and Bureau, but let's see.
And we're just waiting right now to see. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we can see Soar has been banned out, like you said. So Soar out of the equation. And you said Xenocide typically don't like playing Legacy, right? That's typically
Right.
a ban for them.
Yep,
So
that's
right,
okay.
wow, Warren knows it all. Warren knows it all. So with 3 maps left on the cards here, you know, I think it's down to Plaza, Bureau, and you know, what was our last map? Potential Grounded, I think. So yeah, it's down to Plaza, Bureau, and Grounded, and you know, you kind of mentioned we've seen Plaza a couple times already. However, I think Xenocide, I'm not sure if they want to really play it or Elevate they want to play it. So I think the next map we're gonna see. Okay, there we go. It is Plaza taken out of the equation, which means that we either have Bureau or Grounded, and those 2 maps are very commonly played here in the North America side of the bracket. And left up to the coin toss, I do believe it's going to be Grounded. Okay, perfect. So we can see it on the screen there. After all of that, we're going to end up here on Grounded, a map that Xenocide has proven time and time again that they're very strong on. And Elevate, we're going to have to see if they have any tricks up their sleeves, because I don't think we've necessarily seen them play too much. They have defeated Hammers on the map of Grounded, so that is obviously something to contend against. But Xenocide beat Hammers as well, and they beat Elevate. So it's not like this is something brand new to them. Xenocide taken everything kind of out on themselves, and they've beat Elevate 13-11. So this will be a rematch of the final map from last month's main tournament number 2, essentially rematch. So 13-11 was the one last month, and Day, he came in very strong for Xenocide as well as Mirage. On the other side of things, Arson and Jiren really pulled together when we saw them last clash on the map of Grounded. So I'm excited to see this one go through, Warren. We've seen these teams duke it out. This one should be a very close one. I don't think it's going to be a one-sided map at all, and any advantage we can see at the beginning of the halves, that's going to help them morale-wise. And when they switch on over, you know, to either side, I think it'll be a showing sign of whether the teams could win based off the pistol round.
I expect both teams to be very, very prepared to play on Grounded, very well prepared to play against each other. And I think it's going to be extremely close. And I think you're right. I think those pistol rounds are going to be crucially important, because the pistol round and the round you tend to win after the pistol round will make a big difference when what I expect is to see many rounds being traded back and forth and maybe another 13-11 final score.
Yeah, actually, though, I do want to contest that. I actually think the pistol round matters for some reason less now. Just thinking back to the games yesterday, oftentimes a team might win the pistol round. However, if, you know, maybe they lose the pistol round, they're on the breach side, they get the bomb plant down, right? That's a lot of money still. They still have money to buy maybe SMGs, maybe even an SF58, right? Take those long range duels, get those early aggression fights, and stay able to close it out, right? So I think that's something underestimated actually did yesterday to surprise Xenocide, as they were able to force buy after losing the pistol rounds, and you know, still able to kind of come back in that sense. Well, I'm curious to see if it's going to be like that, if it's going to be trading back and forth, or if the pistol round really does matter. But taking a look at the former main tournaments, I think we can take a look here on the screen. It should be interesting to see, because it's, you know, Xenocide versus Elevate. They've played again, right? 2-1 in the semifinals, and Xenocide played versus Hammers in the grand finals. So Xenocide, regardless of what happens here, will be playing against one of the teams they've played against in the past. It's either going to be Elevate or Hammers in the grand finals against them, and they've played them both, and they've beaten them both. So Xenocide, very well prepared. However, one thing we do want to mention is that the grand finals tomorrow is a best of 5, not a best of 3, a best of 5. So it's a little bit longer. We'll see if Xenocide can maybe maintain those strategies and hold on as the maps go on. It does get lengthy and potentially a very long series of games if it does go to game 5. However, looking at main tournament number 2, you can see Xenocide, they had a different opponent, which was underestimated. They single-handedly wrecked them last time, but yesterday was a different case. So we'll kind of see how it goes on. Warren, tomorrow will be fun, but today will also be very exciting to see, you know, who will make it tomorrow.
It's going to be great. You know, the winner of this map will go to the grand finals tomorrow, and the loser of this map has to play a very scary Hammers Esports in a best of 3 in the consolidation final to see if they advance again to the grand final. So there's a possibility that we'll see the teams playing today as a preview of tomorrow's grand final if the loser does go on to beat Hammers Esports later tonight.
Yeah, it could exactly just be a rematch. We could see Xenocide Elevate tomorrow. We could see Xenocide Hammers, or we could see Elevate Hammers. It's potential, right? There's only 3 possibilities here. There's only 3 teams, so 3 possibilities. And, I think it'll be very, very interesting to see. If we see an Elevate Hammers finals, I think Hammers wins that. But, we got to get down to it. What are the predictions? Who do you think is going to take this first match away here on Grounded? It's Xenocide versus Elevate.
I have to give it to Elevate. Xenocide seemed to step behind their normal play level yesterday, and if that continues into today, I think Elevate has the advantage, at least in this moment, at least for the next hour. I predict that Elevate will be the stronger team and will win the map on Grounded.
Yeah, I'm going to go against you. I'm going to say Xenocide. I think they were rattled yesterday, and they came prepared, right? After they're kind of stomping it, so they probably went back, reviewed, were able to maybe come up with some different strategies, things to look out for. And I think they're going to come in prepared today and put up a huge fight against Elevate. Elevate, they do have that surprise factor, right? They beat Hammers out yesterday, but I think Xenocide still have it strong. So we're here on the desk, 1 for 1. Warren here for Elevate and Mark here for Xenocide. But I think we are almost ready. We should have fewer technical delays today because, we were able to communicate with the devs and make sure that, hey, all the spectator client and everything like that works properly. But this should be cool. This should be exciting. And regardless, either way, the outcome of the map, Warren or I, one of us wins. So that's where I'm happy at this point. But yeah, we should have a pretty good one. I think that the players are just getting in, and hopefully we have less of this DQ stuff in the future.
I'm excited to observe specifically Kai. I believe Kai plays for Team Elevate, was absolutely an impact player on Grounded in both of the qualifier tournaments, both with the defense of the A bomb site and a lot of breach side entries into A mid, very consistently bringing their breach side into 5v4s at the opening of a round with an A mid kill. And I wonder if that pattern continues into this matchup.
Yeah, Kai. I actually believe Kai's on the Xenocide team, but he has done a lot of impact. Has a lot of impact on basically every map he plays, right? And so we'll have to see kind of where it ends up today. I think Day will also be someone to look out for on the side of Xenocide. And then if Naruto and Arson can really come together, I think that'll be the tag team we see here for Elevate. But I think both teams are in and ready, and we should have the in-game names ready soon with everybody kind of getting all settled in. I'm not sure if we have the knife rounder yet, but I think it's already been decided. So we should be good here. I think we'll kind of check out the game in a second, a moment, and get those team names inputted, and then we should be good to go. This is just, I'm just excited. Finally, after this long, we get to see some critical ops. It's been a long day today already.
I'm certainly ready for this match. It's going to be very exciting. 2 teams that I love to watch, and I just love these players. I want to see what Mirage does here. I want to see what Day does here. I want to see what King Naruto does here. I'd like to see how often he chooses to use the U ratio, and it looks like we're about to get started.
Yeah, we're about to get started into the knife round. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. This time the producers in our ears said, yes, we do get it today. And we're going to see here. You can look on the screen and see that Elevate. They're on the breach side here for the knife round. And Xenocide on the coalition. If you are unfamiliar with what a knife round is, it essentially determines what side you'll start on. So whichever team wins the knife round, they will be able to pick whichever side they would like to start on. In this situation, honestly, starting on the breach side might be an advantage because then they get the toughest part out of the way early on, right? I think it's easier to hold certain sides here. B, a little bit more difficult, but we'll see here. And they kind of go on stabbing each other in. One, they have an idle person, which I don't think definitely does not help Elevate. So Xenocide, they're going to be able to take out on the pistol round, and they will be deciding. I think they're going to choose out the coalition side. I'm not sure though. We'll maybe keep an eye out for that. But Yeah, with Xenocide winning, that's good advantage for them. So now they get to dictate the pace, whether they want to start out fast and be aggressive on the breach side, or whether they want to kind of calm it down and see how Elevate plays on the breach side. They get to determine it all.
A great reason to choose to start on the breach side is if you're anticipating a close game, if you think it might come down to a 13-12, you get to play your 25th round on the coalition side if you choose to start on the breach side. And that may be something that the knife round winners choose here. But we'll have to see, because there's also a big momentum advantage in starting on the coalition.
Wins.
And I believe we are moving into the game soon.
Yeah, I'm not sure we can see it right now. We don't see any screen on our end, but maybe the stream sees it. Okay, perfect. We see it now. We can hear it, we can see it, and we're excited to get on into this one. So Elevate starting on the breach side, and yes, Xenocide, they're actually going to take an interesting one. They're going to have the early advantage for themselves. They're going to go very quick here on into storage area, taking down Naruto, one of the players we said they need to make sure stays alive and gets some good damage. Our Menace gets shut down, and Xenocide, no mercy, just pushing out aggressively. They're able to take down one. That's Laughter. And Vapey as well answers back, but Day comes in for 2 massive kills, totals for 3 in the round. And we talked about him. Day was that impactful player. A wonderful, interesting round here on Xenocide.
What a fantastic strategy for the pistol round from Xenocide to push into storage with 5 players. I've never seen anything like it, and it certainly paid off. The flank through a mid, which I've never seen the breach flank into storage from connector, but they weren't able to get enough kills with that flank to turn the round around. And here is the SA-58s against the Pistol Snoopy with an opening kill and Elevate slowing it down significantly. It looks like King Naruto might be idle, which would be a reason to play this round as slowly as possible.
Yeah, sometimes they disconnect, and it's unfortunate as it seems, but sometimes technical issues just happen on their end too. You know, internet might go out, might have to play on data, power might go out, so lots of extraneous possibilities. But you can see now Naruto is back, and I don't think they're going to play any too differently. Over aggression, though, does get Snoopy taken out of the equation. So they give that gun over to Naruto because he has a little more HP. Menace doesn't think he can do much. So a 4 versus 4, this should be Xenocide's round with 35 seconds too. If Elevate try and target that B bomb site as a fake, it could work to pull some players off, but we still see Scott. Not a typical player we see from Xenocide. So this is a sub here from Xenocide. We'll see if he can really deliver upon how good his team is. And, well, the bomb going to make its way on over towards that A bomb site taken down, though. So Scott shuts down Vapey, and that should be the round here
Wins.
as Mirage shuts him out. So 2-0 in Xenocide. Their substitute is doing pretty well right now.
And a great tactic attempted by Elevate to fake into the B bomb site and push into A, but Scott was there waiting for it, so they weren't able to get the plant. Nonetheless, it's great to get 3 kills on a round you're not expected to win, just going pistols against SA-58s. And here we've got rifles on everyone, but okay, there's Naruto's rifle, and we may still be having some connection issues, leaving out of spawn very slowly with the bomb.
Yeah, he's not actually even out of the spawn yet, and his team's getting kind of decimated there. Menace just taking out Arson, taking out a low HP without even seeing anyone, and Naruto finally back, but yeah, Day just eliminates Arson. It's now a 3 versus 5, and well, they have nothing. They have nowhere to go on the A bomb site. And thankfully, Xenocide are not flanking too quickly, but they still have full control of A bomb site, and they will not let it go that easily.
It is a 3 versus 3. There haven't been rotations onto the A bomb site. Elevate's been quiet enough to threaten the bomb moving back towards B. So this is doable, but Naruto goes down immediately. Day is ready for that peek. From the off angle, gets the first kill, and now in a 5 versus 2, Waptor and Vapey need to get 3 kills minimum to even plant the bomb, but Mirage is moving into the site as well.
Oh, Day. That HK. It feels so good, and he's able to get 2 kills there. 9 kills to his name. Day. He's 9-1. He's showing up tremendously. And when they won, Day showed up. They went 25-15 the last time they played Elevate on Grounded. So that's something to note about. And Xenocide, when they beat Elevate, beat them on the Breach side. So if Xenocide went out the path, well, they're on to create deja vu, essentially. A mid is where the hit's going to be coming from Clutch. Get the first frag, hits the second line, 2 up, continues to spray in case there might have been a trade frag, but there is none. And now it's down to Scott to hold down the storage area. He spots them out 1, not the second, but Waptor is now alone. Spotted out, and no utility really, just a flash. And they've denied him all vision. Xenocide doing a great job of denying any of these pushes. Elevate, they're having a hard time trading out, and we'll have to see if that trade potential can come out later in this half, because if not, they're going to have a very difficult time making it anywhere. Xenocide are extremely lethal when it comes to getting that first pick, repositioning like a sniper rifle, but they do it with all their weapons. So Raptor's been spotted out now, and Snoopy does take 1 down. Can he get the second? Yes, he does. Or does take down Clutch, but Mirage trades him out. So Xenocide, 4 rounds to their name. Elevate, nothing yet, and money's still a little bit in the bin for them. They're kind of deciding whether they should buy, and they're going to go for a half, interestingly enough.
Okay, there are rifles on the entire team.
No.
Only 3 SA-58s, though, against M4s and AUGs and HKs could be difficult. They haven't given up that opening pick yet, which has happened in previous rounds. And we've already got very fast rotates towards B. There's 3 in B mid and outside the cafe. And here Scott has moved back towards A mid. And great opening kills by Snoopy. I was about to say kill, but it was 2. Now, does Elevate choose to continue this play towards the B-bomb site? They didn't find the first entry they needed.
They seem a bit slow right now, trying to break their way on in. You can see Arson is trying to pick off any unsuspecting Xenocide players over towards A mid. Mirage tucks his head down. Oh, he catches Menace off guard. And no one from Xenocide really overextending. You can see Snoopy just holds where he is, and now he has the advantage. He knows he's tagged down Vapey very low, and now he aggresses. They only aggress when necessary. Clutch, he's going to catch him off guard as well. Can they keep all 5 players alive? Their money is already top-notch. Mirage, $9,000. Day, $7,300. But if they can keep everyone alive, take away the weapon, and potentially kill him after time, that might be what they're waiting for right now, actually. 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left, 2, 1, and yeah, they're going to go for him after time now. Yes, they take him out, so Arson doesn't get any money either. He's left with a couple. Well, he actually think he does get some money, but still, dying after time. An unfortunate one for his team.
For Xenocide, a very strong start, but I believe they won their first 5 rounds yesterday and went on to lose the map. So let's see if they can continue this momentum and build it into a decisive half.
That is true. On pistols, should be their round victory here, and Day is just at the shooting range right now, throws a nade out, and yep, I think this is a victory for them. So 6 rounds, not a single loss in the half. Could they pull off a perfect half? There's potential, but that means no mistakes can be made. It's 6-0. This is a little bit of where you start to worry if you're Elevate. You know, you could get 6 rounds in a row tied up, but It's not looking too great morale-wise on the Elevate side.
Elevate has brought out the U-Ratio sniper rifle on both Wapter and King Naruto, so they might have some sort of plan B, something interesting to try here. Find their way into a bomb site.
Oh, that's
There's the
early
first
pick.
kill.
Yeah, the W ratio might be panning out positively for them as they get that first shot. And now it's just down to Scott. He's slowly moving. You can see he's not standing exactly still, but just moves slightly, and he spotted one out. He knows that there's at least a couple players over towards storage, so he smokes it off, gives him some room to relocate now, and the flashbang alerts him even more. There's quite a few players over towards storage. Even if they don't dedicate, they've used a lot of utility, and now he hears silence. All the players from Elevate looking to go over towards B, and Snoopy really is that rotation player, but he's dedicating himself to A. This might have been a mistake on his Xenocide. And Day, he's 13-1. Can he continue his streak of dominance here? It's him and Mirage to make sure B mid and B long are held down. Day, is he going to get peeked from the side? I think they hear him, and now the rotations come in. You can see here, Snoopy's going to try and go as fast as he can. Day does get taken down. Mirage gets 2 frags. Is that enough time to buy? And Scott, he takes down another as well. A 2 versus 2 now. This is possible. With 18 seconds left in the clock, Elevate will get the bomb down, but Snoopy, surely he's going to spam. No, he's going to relocate now. And Wapter, Menace, in the post plant. It's possible. Snoopy, he does take him down somehow. He's low, and I think he spotted him over towards that truck area. That nade surely confirms where he's at, and Scott's going to come in from the side. Wapter going to get taken down here from behind. Xenocide, they keep it going. 7-0 now, as a very pristine retake comes in from Snoopy and Scott.
Bomb has been defused.
Get a bomb plant that round, so it helps out their economy, and it's a bit of a momentum shift getting a bomb plant after 6 such difficult rounds in a row. I don't believe there have been.
Look at the economy for Xenocide. Look at their money. Almost all of them have 10K or more.
$47,000 in the bank, and that's after buying 4 AUGs.
5 now. So, yeah, Xenocide have money for days. And those double flashbangs, they are fine to throw them out.
And there are a lot of bullets being shot, but I think it's all pre-fire and smoke spam. No one even close to getting hit in that initial exchange after the flurry of grenades.
Those nades serve kind of as a warning sign right now. And Xenocide might be a little bit nervous using their utilities so early on. They don't really have anything now, but he hears them, certainly Scott. His position has been revealed, but he has players from his left, that's Clutch, just watching his entrance. So if they try and push on into him, they have everything covered off. Scott can fully be aware of Jess Wagon area right now. And you can see there are 4 players here over towards the A bomb site. Now just down to 3. He does get shut down. Scott will get free fire here. He does get 1, and Clutch answers back. Can he get anything else? Yes, he does. That's 3 kills. Clutch, Mirage, they triple up. And now Wapter, I'm sure his scope has been heard, and you can see he's going to be backing up. Clutch shuts him out. Xenocide, a perfect half still, 8-0. And this is looking dismal for Elevate.
Elevate does need to put some rounds together on the breach side. This might be a coalition-sided map, but after losing 8 in a row, I'd love to see at least 3 or 4 rounds from Elevate in the rest of this half if they're going to have a chance to win the game.
Those nades coming in heavy. Wapter does take a bit of damage, but not too much. He's still going to peek out, and Day, once again, we talk about those trade frags. Day now alone. He has to buy himself out of this situation. He can't. So a 2 versus 4, this is the best opportunity, and Scott now left in the clutch. 1 versus 4. His position revealed, so he's going to have to relocate. Tries to find a new area, and will hopefully stop the bomb plant, or it aims to at least. Now he's over towards A mid. Spots one out. They know where he is. Oh, he somehow takes down Naruto through the smoke. Turns it from a 1 versus 4 to a 1 versus 2. This is still possible. But Menace does get that bomb plant down. So Scott's going to slow down the retake. And if he can take one down from that truck area, that'd be potential. But Wapter is playing such a unique position. I'm not sure Scott would at all suspect him coming from A mid, as that's where Scott was just at. And Scott, he spotted him out. Take a peek from the sides, and Wapter grants Elevate their first round. There's some hope left still.
And a great round win as well. Just many kills off the bat brought into a 4 versus 1 for Elevate. Still struggling to get the bomb plant for just a moment. A great pre-fire and wallbang through smoke killed the initial planter, but they needed that round badly, and they got it.
Yeah, there might be some momentum shift here, but if they want anything, they're going to have to win at least 2 more rounds to have some potential. Xenocide, I'm sure they can find some strategies on their breach side, and well, they shut down Arson early on. So not a good look for Elevate. They've been tough to get any rounds when they're at the disadvantage. And only the first round they got, it was a 4 versus 2, remember? Still coming down to the 1 versus 2, though. So Xenocide, lethal at any position. Could be a 1 versus 3, and Xenocide have a chance there. So Elevate, they have to play their cards right. In a 4 versus 5.
Elevate here is probably looking for King Naruto to get a pick with the U ratio. And he scoped down B long, but Snoopy is not giving him the look. So probably going to look at 10 to 20 more seconds of just waiting on Naruto with this sniper rifle to find some kind of entry. He's not going to. And then we'll have to move into a very risky site take with the bomb all the way on the other side of the map.
Interesting enough to notice, Menace is still similar to yesterday. No kills. Menace has had a tough one this game. And yesterday as well. Had some tough games, even though was able to come back later in the half. So don't count him out of it yet, but early on, Menace seems to have a tough opportunity in clutch. He's playing a nice off angle. He can't get 2. Not able to redirect his aim, but Scott is here. Scott is ready. Straight one out. Does get good damage on Naruto, and Baby does get shot from the side. Does take down Naruto though. So a 2 versus 2. Day pulls out his weapon at the last moment and flicks around. What a clutch there from Day. Mirage was not very close, but still, what a turnaround. What a flick from Day.
What a fantastic play by Day. And with Day playing like this, it's going to be really difficult to beat Xenocide. Anytime that Day is this on point, is this on fire, is getting this many multi-kills, and not even in advantage duels, just spectacular shooting, it's really tough to overcome Xenocide in a situation like that.
Yeah, but Xenocide are not towards A right now. Elevate have put all their ducks on the A, and it seems like it might actually work for them. They will at least get the control of the bomb site, but Xenocide, their retakes are very, very effective. So we're going to have to see here. Elevate have close range weapons, which might actually bode well for them, because 2 vectors could be the key to success. Elevate, how do they decide to hold? They're standing right now, and Arson does get spotted out. He's able to get 1 frag. Menace is going to have to reload. Can he find his first frag? It seems like this retake is going pretty well, but no, he gets taken out. And Snoopy can't get anything done. Elevate, they take their second round out, and I just feel bad for Menace. He's 0-10 still. If we take a look at the scoreboard going into the half, Day has had a phenomenal game. Menace, not as much, but Scott, once again, Scott was the sub here for Xenocide, and he's performing out of his mind right now. Second fragging for them.
Now, Elevate putting a 3rd round on the board for the half does keep them in this game. This is a crucial round for Elevate. Going into the Coalition side at a 2-10 disadvantage would be backbreaking. Here we see Mirage camping B long with a bit of smoke spam. There's smokes at every crucial entry point, so no contact yet. 17 health left after 2 excellent frag grenades. And Mirage stays at an off angle, still waiting on that entrance through Cafe.
Day could be the first point of contact here as he sits for Day and spots out Naruto. Once again, he repositions. Knows that they might be pushing out. He might have been spotted, so he's going to try and take an aggressive stance here towards Arson. This plays game of chicken. Menace might peek out, might get his first kill on the Mirage. As Mirage is low. Menace, he doesn't, still not able to get his first kill as Wapter finally gets another. Wapter's been very impactful here, but Vapey does trade out. So a 1 versus 2 as it's down to Vapey versus Scott and Clutch. And Scott has the eyes. He has the knowledge now, potentially the ears. So he's been spotted out. A 1 versus 2 with only 10 seconds to plant the bomb. I don't think this is possible here. As long as they double peek him or double push him out, which they will win it out. Oh, a very nice shot from Vapey, but Xenocide, they pull off 10. And this is going to be tough. This is going to be very tough here for Elevate.
10-2 first half in favor of Xenocide. The map is a bit coalition-sided, but that's still an extremely dominant half. And if Elevate is going to give us the close game we anticipated, they really need to win this pistol round.
Yeah, and Menace has to step up. He has not had a single kill all of this game. So even just one would be impactful. But right now they're playing a very, very light presence over towards A. It's just Vapey. And he's going to have couple players spotted out. Now the rotate's coming in. You can see all quick from B over to A, but they have control of the bomb site, and the bomb will get planted down by Clutch. So
Bomb has been planted.
a 5 versus 5. Elevate still a little bit far away from getting this retake on. Trying to spam each other through the box, and they hurt each other right now, but I'm not sure they're aware. Snoopy playing around the corner. Vapey now sitting here. They're going to take down Snoopy, and the retake coming in pretty successful here. And Scott finally did take him down, and Menace double kill. Right as we spoke about the lack of impact, well, he gets 2, and they pick up the pistol round. There is hope once again.
The essential pistol round win for Elevate. And like you said, Menace with a double kill is on the board, and Elevate won from behind yesterday, and they won from behind on the back of Menace activating, of going from having almost no kills to getting a few multi-kills in the final rounds of the game. So this could be good news for Elevate.
Yeah, Vapey going to be playing that first point of contact over towards Wagon, so might be met with quite a few Xenocide players, but they're not looking towards him. He's just going to line them up and knock them down. That's 2 frags so far. He will get shot from the side, but maybe not die just yet. Day, the last man standing in the SA-58's cleanup house. So Elevate, a very quick round. And Xenocide, they should have money to buy now.
And here come the AKs. Almost fully upgraded weapons for Elevate. There's still an SA-58 on Arson. And we see a similar coalition-sided strategy from Elevate with smoke grenades at every point of contact, severely slowing down the breach push.
Yeah, Elevate do a very interesting swap. They put Wapter over towards Long now that he is the HK. Who was just that mid, and they give up control of A mid, and wow, Naruto is so flashed out of his mind. They lost control of A mid. Very good utility usage here from Xenocide. They have a good chunk of map control. Elevate just sitting on the bomb sites, which means that Xenocide can really decide where they want to go, but Clutch gets caught off guard there. Naruto good on the HK. Day does take down Arson, so one player that's Vapey on the bomb site right now. If they push out, they shouldn't have potential to get him, and they do. So 3 versus 3. The bomb will make its way onto the B bomb site, or on the A bomb site, but it's not safe. They are very close right now. If they go for the plant, that plant could deny something. No, it doesn't. It goes far, and the bomb barely gets planted before Naruto and Menace come in and just absolutely rip them apart. So 5-10, Elevate. They're making some moves here. 3 rounds in a row on the coalition side.
Definitely pulling their way back into the game. And interestingly, would have been a much more dominant round when Arson was the only player who hadn't updated his rifle, and his SA-58 versus an AK-47 in that connector duel did lose out, although Arson had the first shots. Here we see the same grenade strategy. Looks to be consistent, perhaps an optimal strategy, or at least the meta strategy for this map, discovered by the pros, is to smoke off every opening point of contact from the coalition side and force the breach to play slowly.
Yeah, Xenocide heavily over towards B, and the Defense is slowly getting fortified. Menace makes his way over towards Truck to play that rotate position. And, well, I think he's been notified because Menace is now over towards B mid. He's called for rotations. Wapter has heard them all. So is Naruto. And so we're going to make some moves here potentially. Give them even more indication that Xenocide is looking to try and take control of B mid, but they haven't done so yet. And the bomb will actually make its way on over towards A mid as the full team from Xenocide rotate over. Now, where they choose to go will be very interesting. If they smoke off connector, which they do, it looks like they want this to be potentially a B split, but the bomb is over towards storage. So with 30 seconds left, Xenocide are going to have to do an almost perfect execution here. The nade does get him down, and Vapey, he's just doing everything. 3 kills.
Third kill, incredible.
Yeah, they're just walking in, and I don't think Xenocide have anything they can do right now. It's tough. Snoopy does get shot out, and what a very interesting round. Xenocide, it didn't seem like they had a game plan there. They were trying to come up with something on the spot, and just the lack of coordination, Elevate just caught them off guard.
Xenocide smoking themselves off of connector, denying themselves the A split that it looked like they were setting up
weird.
for. So perhaps a miscommunication.
Yeah, they go to Old Faithful again. They're trying this B long push, but I mean, Xenocide have gotten no rounds on this breach side. Elevate have made some progress, and Dave, he does a suicide kill. He eliminates himself from the round. Don't think that was intentional, but they still managed to get 1 frag, and Snoopy now left alone in the 1v4. There's little to no hope for him. But Day, unfortunate, he goes for the self-kill.
And it looks like we're going to have a 7th round for Elevate, which is a great job. It's always scary when you lose one of those early kills against the Pistols because you think this is going to be our round, and then suddenly you're at, you know, less of an advantage. I wouldn't call it a disadvantage, but less of an advantage. Still, the round won out handily and easily with the AUGs against the Pistols. And here we've gone from a 2-10 scoreline into a 7-10 scoreline. And we'll see if Xenocide has any life in their breach side. Otherwise, Elevate is marching towards the comeback victory.
Yeah, Xenocide off to a strong start, but once again, could we be seeing a similar recall? They're going to go towards very quickly A, trying to wait for the nades out from Elevate side, and the rotations come in very quick. You can see Menace once again making his way on over. Wapter as well already here, ready to fortify a connector area. Bomb. They're not on the bomb site yet, but they do get an opening frag. That's Scott there, and that's going to give them some hope. A 5 versus 4, but they're going to bail out from A. Potentially keep Snoopy there as bait, but no, he rotates out with the team as well. And now they're going to hightail it over towards B. So many nades thrown out. Menace now will have to protect B side and be its eyes and ears. Naruto does spot them out, and the bomb will make its way over towards that B mid area.
And here, this could be Xenocide's first breach-sided round victory. They're certainly looking to walk into a completely empty B bomb site, but they're giving up their positions with a hail of gunfire. Certainly, at least Naruto would have heard that through the wall at A mid. And here does come Menace on the rotation.
Yeah, if Menace spots them out, he has to get 1 frag and then dip, but still revealing his position. He does have teammates now to help him out, but there's still so many. Naruto does get 1 frag. That's Clutch taken out of the equation over towards A mid, and the bomb will get planted. So makes its way on over, and Menace could get another kill, but they're a bit slow in the retake. So finally they're here. Naruto's still looking for the flank, but Vapey takes down 2. So it doesn't matter if Naruto wastes some time there, as it's just a 2 versus 4 now. Snoopy will have a tough task ahead of him. Dave trying to not reveal his position. He does get some damage out. He does get another frag, and now just down to Snoopy, a 2 versus 1. He gets 1 frag, and he's going to relocate over towards B mid now. Oh, the perfect timing. Menace will be spotted out here. Will he take him down? Yes, Menace takes him down, but not enough time. So Xenocide, they finally win the first round on their breach side, but it takes so much effort. And Menace, he has 8 bullets in his AUG. He used so much of it to spam. Xenocide, 2 rounds away from taking it out, but that was a hard-fought round.
Hard-fought round win from Xenocide, certainly, and they need 2 more to bring themselves over the edge into victory on the map. We see Menace is still quiet. He's got 5 kills, all in this half, but 2 from the pistol round. So if we see Menace getting more frags, we may see an Elevate winning rounds more handily.
Arson does find the first frag, and not looking good for Xenocide to push on in. They had to use their utility to fight on in, but they, I believe, maybe smoked themselves off. Get some good damage onto Arson and Baby, but not enough to find a frag. So Xenocide now locked out of A. They're going to get the bomb and just fall back. Barely getting out alive. Vapey somehow does not spot them. Vapey's had a tremendous game so far. 20 kills coming alive in the second half. Scott, though, does take down Arson finally, so potentially evens it up and doesn't throw smoke. Wants to keep that potentially for a cross on the B side.
Here in the 4v4, fast rotate into B mid, bringing the bomb through. No contact, plenty of smoke grenades to prevent any information or visibility. Elevate may still not know. Well, now Wapter hears.
Yeah, there's so many folks. Oh, that nade is very, very good. It hits its market. Wapter could get a bunch, but no, only gets 1. Traded instantly by Day. And now a 2 versus 3 currently, as Vapey still sits over towards tower. He's not there ready to help just yet. They're here on the bomb site, but it's not safe at all. He does get taken down here. Arthur does take down Day, and oh my goodness, Snoopy as well put out of the round. Vapey eliminates him as well. So Mirage taken out, which means Elevate. They stomp forward on an 8th round.
And 8-11, this has become a close game with momentum heavily favoring Elevate. And if it weren't that Xenocide were so very close to the victory with 11 round wins, you'd say it could go either way.
I mean, it still could go either way. Xenocide looking to go fast over towards A. They're going to make some moves here, but Scott's already on the site. No, he does get shut out, though, so they don't have control of it. Clutch is going to have to come in. He does take down Arson, and Vapey's now in a precarious spot. They spotted him out, and he does get Clutch, but Day trades him. So nades come in, and will it prevent the bomb plant? No, Day does get the bomb plant, but does take a huge amount of damage for it. As a result, flashed out. Now Snoopy is trying to regain his vision, and he does. And so the nades held by Elevate are very lethal. The Mirage does spot 2 of them, so does take down 1. And Snoopy spots 1 out. Wapter takes him out, and Day has to clutch now versus Menace. 1 versus 2. Does it the first one. And now he's trying to just buy time. Oh, did he buy enough time for himself? Yes! Day, the 1 versus 2 clutch to put Xenocide at map point. And oh my goodness, how close it could be.
Fantastic play by Day. Again, he's been the star player on his team for this entire map, and they needed a round badly. They couldn't keep dropping rounds. They've lost a tremendous amount of momentum to Elevate, and to bring a game this close from a 10-2 scoreline could be devastating without Day's fantastic clutch in the last round. Here's your standard B-long play, but Day pushing through the smoke for an entry frag onto King Naruto. And Wapter standing inside the smoke.
Does find 1 frag. Can he get the second? Yes, he plays that smoke to perfection. Can he get the third? He might overextend, might overstay his welcome, but he removes himself. They're still at a deficit, though, a 2 versus 3, as Xenocide have the advantage. And now it's just down to Wapter. He's alone on the B bomb site, but Xenocide might actually make their way on over towards A. They're falling back from B long. They don't want to inflict any more damage from that area. So it's going to be down to Arson now. Wapter, if Arson can't get 1 kill and bail out, this will be tough. They're going to go seemingly over towards A, though. This is very interesting from Elevate to play so far apart from each other. They're really relying on their individual aim skill. As Wapter plays towards B long, Arson plays towards A site. They could not be more far away. But it seems like the hit actually coming over towards B might benefit Wapter. He's tucked in the corner over towards B long. Oh no, he reveals his position. He's out in the open now. And oh, he's gonna get spotted from the side. Yep. Xenocide, they take control of B. And this is tough here now. Will Clutch be able to take him out. Clutch
Bomb has
sitting
been
here
planted.
should be able to take down Arson, as Arson does get eliminated, and Xenocide, they pull it off after a almost comeback here from Elevate. 13-8 is the end score, and that's what we will see here, ladies and gentlemen. Xenocide move on to the grand finals tomorrow, and we'll be seeing them playing against potentially the winners. Well, they might potentially play against Elevate again, but truly what we will see is that matchup later today, which is Hammers Esports versus Team Elevate in the lower bracket grand finals. That'll be very exciting to see. But congrats to Xenocide. They've booked their spot for a second time now, I believe. Last time
And we will see Xenocide in the finals again, as we've become accustomed to, which after yesterday, it looked like we might see the first Xenocide-free final matchup in a few months. So it's going to be great to watch the consolidation bracket finals. Hammers versus Elevate. It's gone both ways in the past. Now, Critical Ops Season 1 did have a Hammers versus Xenocide final. So do we change that up? Does Elevate beat Hammers in a best of 3 like they did in the second qualifier tournament? Or does Hammers win it out to give us the Hammers Xenocide Classic tomorrow?
We'll see. We'll have to see. But ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're actually going to take a couple-hour break here, and then we're going to be back with the consolidation finals. Warren and I will still be here. We're just allowing you time to kind of relax and allow our graphic designers to get those graphics made. You know, it takes a lot of time to do that. But we do appreciate the support from Geyser, from Compact Esports, from Critical Force, obviously, for sponsoring this and helping make the Critical Ops circuit happen. But stay tuned. We're going to be back here in a couple hours, and you'll be able to see more Critical Ops action. Team Elevate versus Hammers Esports for best of 3 to see who will be facing off against Xenocide tomorrow. We'll see you in a couple hours, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to this best of 1 match.